Hey everyone, welcome to my channel where I explore creativity through nature. In this video, I will show you how I make a beautiful watercolor pigment from orange cosmos flowers, also called the sulfur cosmos. I have a little flower garden where I grow dye flowers primarily to make watercolor paint, but I also dry and press them for use in eco-printing. Cosmos flowers are very delicate, and on this particular day, many were dropping their petals before I got a chance to pick them whole. Believe it or not, this is my first time making paint from these particular flowers. With only about a cup or so of flowers, I brought them home. Some plants require a vigorous boil to extract their dye. With cosmos petals, however, the color released quickly in water that I kept just under the boiling point. Previously, I've read that cosmos dye is sensitive to pH, but more on that a bit later. I'll be making a lake pigment now, and it's always essential to filter out all the organic sediment. Next comes the magical part. Dissolved alum is now added, followed by dissolved alkaline like soda ash or calcium carbonate. Many pigment makers prefer using soda ash, and that's totally fine. I prefer calcium carbonate, and I discuss this in my book. When these two ingredients are added, a cool chemical reaction occurs where the insoluble pigment particles now become soluble or solid. Over the next little while, the pigment settles to the bottom of the jars, and this is exactly what we are after, that silky smooth cosmos pigment, which I can now collect. I like to let this pigment dry, and only when wearing a dust filtering mask, I can scrape up this beautiful pigment and move on to the next step. Just a safety note here, when working with any powders, wearing a particle mask and working in a well-ventilated area is a really good idea. Just because things are natural like flowers, it doesn't mean they can't be harmful. Dust in the lungs is just a bad idea. And while we're on the topic, some plants or parts of plants can be toxic. Do your research or consult with a plant expert before experimenting. Okay, with that out of the way, let's continue. After the pigment is ground up into a fine powder, I mix in some watercolor binder. The recipe for this is in my new book that was just published. Essentially, though, it's made from gum arabic powder, and this is the base of most traditional watercolors that you buy in stores. The mixing and mulling is my favorite part of the whole paint making process. The color comes alive again, and it's just very satisfying. The tool I'm holding here is called a muller. And I really love the organic patterns that are created when I lift the glass muller off the mixing slab. Like this. Next, I like to swatch out the paint to test the opacity, to see if I've added the right ratio of pigment to binder. This is also the point where I may experiment by shifting the pH of the paint pigment. So here I shifted the pH both up and down with an alkaline like baking soda and an acid like citric acid. I had read that cosmos flower dye can get red or deeper hues with a higher pH. My swatches show this to be true to a certain degree. I will do more testing to see if I can create more dramatic results, but overall the quality of this paint did not disappoint. For such a delicate little flower, it packs a colorful punch. If you're interested in learning more about this process, my book shares everything you need to know and more about this process. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more longer form videos like this, let me know in the comments. And if not already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and see you next time.